Oh, welcome back, Scrunchy Moms.
Hello.
Welcome back. It's been
We're live, barely, but we are live.
we're here. We've made it. It's oh gosh, what a time it's been for both of our households.
I feel like we've lived a million years since last time.
Oh,
I feel like I've lived 1,000 lives
a
since the last time I
thousand
picked up this
lives.
microphone.
I what?
Since I picked up this microphone, I feel like I've lived so many lives, so many tales to tell. Like
So
I've
many
just
tales to tell. So many
yeah.
um germs to have been had around here.
The
Um
freaking germs.
what a time. Well, I first want to
Mm.
address me being in Jonah's room, and then we can like get into it all because I told Savannah I wouldn't tell her until we started recording. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'm in Jonah's room right now. It's a fucking mess in here. I'm so sorry. Like if you guys are viewing this, but you know what? I'm mom.
It's a
Things
realistic 3-year-old's room,
yeah, and
honestly.
also like we're also organizing a lot more in here right now. So like just give me a break, all right? I don't care what you have to say. So that's number 1. But I don't know if anybody else's husband does this, but because I haven't even told you this, Savannah.
Okay.
Um, my husband decided that 4 or 5 weeks before having this baby, that let's redo our shower.
Oh. Like, totally
Like
construct it, like, take
totally
tiles out.
correct.
So funny from going from, like, not wanting to call a plumber to fix the toilet to, like, totally redoing the shower. Like, that's a big spectrum to, like, go from one end to the other.
Savannah Ann. It really I don't have the bandwidth in me to fight. Um
Right. You have to surrender.
this is something, marriage, there are times where you just have to surrender
Pick
and
your
just and
battles.
also like I have a child inside of me I'm trying to be chill and like cool as a cucumber. So, yeah, so today is demo day. So if you hear some banging, if you hear,
Oh,
because
wow.
the thing is, I usually record in my dining room, and my dining room, that wall is the shower, like the shower.
Mhm.
So there was no way I could have recorded in there. So I'm in Jonah's room, and it's fine. I'm actually
But
like
you're
I'm
gonna
on
have
like a
such
nice
a nice
mat.
shower,
What?
you know? You're gonna have such a nice shower come however long it takes.
I, I told this man, like the contractor, was like, I am about to be 9 months pregnant. It needs to take 1 week tops, and that's it. And he was
Right.
like, okay, I'm doing my best.
Which
Like,
contractor time, like 2-3 weeks. But,
God, God
you
forbid.
know,
I mean, would this have been like the first thing on my agenda of things to get done before the baby comes? No. But again, I'm just like in this like I could either like I could pop off, but you know what? I'm just going to surrender like you just said, and
yeah.
it is what it
Surrender
is.
to the insanity.
So I'm back to now, like now we all have to go share the guest bathroom, and it's tiny, and so we're moved out for, hopefully a week. I'll report back to the listeners and let you know how the project's going.
I'm seriously so shocked that he decided to do that. Like, okay.
Same, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder if anybody else's husbands like have like these random like, oh, let's redo this like right before the baby comes, and it's
Impulsive, yeah.
yeah, impulsive like projects that like are not necessary. Because have we talked about redoing the shower? Yeah, but it's never been like top of mind priority. So that's where,
Especially now. Like, babies do literally any day now, hopefully, like in like a month. Well,
yeah.
even less, yeah. But yeah, that's
So
crazy.
that's
That's
that. So I just
crazy.
wanted to address that elephant in the room. Is that
That's crazy Aquarius behavior from good old Sammy boy.
I'm okay. I will be okay. It's also like the dust for me too. It's like I'm just getting over COVID, and like now I have to like breathe in all this dust. Like cool, great. But
Love it here.
yeah, we're just I'm just going with the flow. I'm so chill. I'm so
No, I
chill.
feel like this month has been so crazy. And then with the sickness that we'll talk about, yeah, it's just like the house could go burst up in flames. And I'm just like, okay, like What else you got? Like,
Literally. I know, like, after we all got sick, I think I was saying it to you. I'm like, I think we should just like buy a new house or like bomb it and start over. I don't know. Like,
right.
yeah.
Literally just move
Because
out. It's like when you see a
when your whole household gets sick, it's like, ugh, it's
yeah,
so
it's
hard.
tough. It's tough. Yeah,
I
it's
guess
like
let's just
when
get
you
into it really quick. Like, yeah, Savannah and I
yeah.
have been survivors. Um, my whole household had COVID plus the flu B, and then Savannah's whole household had hand, foot, and mouth. So, which
We got
apparently are
the
like the top three sicknesses going,
summer sicknesses.
yeah, that are going around right now.
Yeah, because when people think summer, at least for me, like, and we had the same problem last summer where we got sick so much that I'm like, what's going on? But apparently, like, June is peak sickness because everyone's out of school. Everyone's still, like, from whatever sickness they got at school, they're bringing it. And yeah, apparently, good HFM, hand, foot, mouth, is a very popular summer sickness,
Well, it
which
makes sense because like the
it does
sweat
make
and the,
sense.
you know,
Oh my God. Yeah. So let's just start with me. So, yeah, we we had this whole month has just been like out of routine for me, which I thrive out of routine. So I'm just like I'm thriving over here. But we went from one vacation to another vacation, club to another club. And then honestly, I was like I wasn't putting it out to the universe because when you say things then they ricochet back at you. But I was like, it's crazy that we have not gotten sick. Like we went on 4 airplanes, 2 vacations, saw friends, family. Like I'm thriving over here with my wipes and Lysol, like whatever. And then we get back from our Disney staycation, and like 2 days later, like clockwork, like Julian's just like kind of seeming funky, random fever out of nowhere, and then boom. And then he started getting the rash. Because at first I was like, I don't know, maybe he's teething because it's just a fever. Apparently that's how good HFM starts, just random fever. And then the leprosy spots. Then the spots
I
start
do want to
coming.
preface that like I had Jonah had hand, foot, and mouth last summer, and I was saying to Savannah, like, there is nothing that I would rather have anything else than hand, foot, and
Yeah,
mouth.
I feel like as a mom, as a hypochondriac, this is another thing. I think the viewers sort of know this about me, but like I don't think it's emphasized enough. I'm such a germaphobe, like becoming a mom. I'm such a hypochondriac. I have really bad health anxiety. So any sickness, like my anxiety's ramped up. I'm popping the hydroxyzines like candy. Like I just need to calm down. But this, yeah, I think hand, foot, and mouth and pink eye are like have been my oh my God, please don't bring that into my house just because of one, the contagiousness, like how highly contagious they are, one. Two, hand, foot, and mouth for me was just so hard because it's unlike any other sickness I've ever dealt with. Like I feel like I'm a pretty good vet when it comes to any cold and flu. Like I have the saline spray, I have the snot snucker, I have the humidifier. Like I know the routine. I have everything in my arsenal ready to go. But like hand, foot, and mouth, I know nothing. I've never. It's the craziest
And
sickness.
it's the one that you also like have, especially like the mouth sores, like you just have the least control. Like there's
Least
literally nothing
control,
you can
least
do.
knowledge. There's nothing I have yet in my arsenal. I don't know, like, because they're not like they were coughing, sneezing. It's just this horrible, painful rash that, like, really, there's no medication you get from the doctor. It's really just trying to keep them comfortable. But it's
Yeah.
insane and it's so highly contagious. So and I've also heard that like it's really rare for adults to get it because most likely they've built up their immunity or they've had it before. But when they do get it, it's so horrible. Because kids are resilient, as we say. So like I was just dreading that because I didn't want to get it. So like I have never cleaned. I went through 3 of those huge aerosol Lysol cans. Like I was
I believe it.
sanitizing like nobody is sanitized. I've never washed my hair that much in my life. I was taking 2 showers a day, like insanity.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's just like such a mental battle, a physical battle. They were in so much pain and so uncomfortable. Also, the quarantine, like I said, because it's so contagious. Like with cold and flu, yes, you shouldn't leave the house, but like this, you cannot leave the house. So like we
Yeah,
were literally
you
just
have to stay home for a week basically.
yeah, and even when they're quote, and that's another thing that pisses me off, which this is like every illness, but like everything you see online, even doctor to doctor, it's different. Like some people say 24-hour fever free, you're not contagious anymore. Some people say you have no new spots, you're not contagious. Some people say you have to wait for all of the spots to be gone, which takes up to like 2 weeks. So I'm just like, though that's like not fun because
Yeah.
like all of the stuff you read online is different. What people will say, the remedies. I told Lyla, this has brought out my crunchy side because I'm like doing the baking soda and apple cider vinegar baths and like putting random shit all
Yeah,
over
you
them
have
that
to
I'm
get
just
real
like,
crafty with your remedies because yeah,
yeah,
there's nothing medicinal besides for pain comfort, aka like Tylenol, Motrin, that you can really
yeah.
do. So like, yeah, the oatmeal baths and all that jazz.
So it was a journey mentally, physically. Like, I don't even know how we made it on the other side, honestly. And I will say, Taylor and I did not get sick. Like, oh my God. Like, thank the
No,
heavens,
yeah.
because that just would have been a whole other battle. But yeah, so we just are now on the other side of that. But it was a journey. I don't even think I can emphasize. And like I said, because I'm such a hypochondriac germaphobe, this was like throwing me in the water with no floaties. Like this was just like sink or swim.
No, it's the worst. It's the worst one you could get. Like I will.
It's the
I was
worst.
saying to you, I'm like, that was when we had it in our house. Like, no, it was, and yeah, you can't go anywhere. So you just,
And I think that was it because we already had like gone off of the 2 vacations in a row. Like the whole month of June, we've been out of routine. Then to be stuck at the house, like out of routine also because they're in so much pain. So it's like increase screen time, increase like they really
yeah,
got whatever they wanted. Um, and we were literally stuck in the house. So yeah, it's just been like for every member of our family. It's this last week has been hell, like hell.
yeah.
But things are finally looking up. They went to the park today for the first time. You know,
Ugh,
they're there now, but
so good.
it's been a freaking journey.
Yeah. No, I feel you in that regard because yeah.
That reminds me, I'm gonna send Taylor a text to remember to wipe their hands down after the playground because I'm just like, we cannot afford another illness. But
I
anyway,
know.
so you talk about your sickness journey.
Yeah, so we got COVID and flu B, which was hilarious in my head because well, I took Jonah to the pediatrician just to because he had a fever for like a day, and I was like, I don't know, like let's just check for ears, just to make sure that it's not an ear infection because all his only symptom was a fever.
A fever,
And
yeah.
so I took him, his ears were fine, but then they did COVID and flu test, the swab on the nose. And my pediatrician comes in cracking up. He's like, so he has both COVID and flu B. I don't know how that happens, but here we are. And I'm like, okay, great. Awesome. And he's more like, yeah, after 24 hours of no fever and no symptoms, like go back to, life.
It's just a
Um,
wild thing that's because that's what our doctor told us too. And I'm just like, just going from COVID where it was literally like 2 days, every 2 weeks isolation, like,
No,
and
they treat COVID like literally the pediatrician didn't even wear a mask coming in. He was like, "Yeah, y'all have COVID and flu. Like, just
right.
buckle up. Like, have a nice
Just
day.
like
Here's,
the change in the last few years is
It's so
crazy.
funny how much it's changed. Yeah, because I also It's funny. The three of us got COVID as a family 3 summers ago exactly, and
Yeah.
Jonah was 6 months old
Yeah.
when that
I
happened.
remember.
So it's so
Hmm.
funny, like literally to the month. Like we also had it in June 2022, and now we're June 2025. So
But I was telling her like it's all it's kind of a good thing because now it's like you guys all got your COVID booster before the baby, like your immunity is
yeah,
good.
I was gonna say that like if there were any time to get it, like now would be it. But let me tell you,
Yeah.
being I was 33 weeks at that time, so being 33 weeks pregnant, coughing and sneezing and the I got every symptom in the book: fever, aches, chills.
Right.
Like I got it all. Jonah, 1 day and a half of fever, and he was literally fine.
No,
There's
these
something
kids are
about
so resilient.
th-
It's
but
crazy.
Jonah resilience is
Yeah, I know. He's
completely different. He
well,
is
because
like
Jonah's like, I've literally had my heart like cut open. Like, what do you got? Like COVID? Like, okay.
stand up, ho. Like he like
Yeah, like
literally
I've been on a ventilator. Like, this is nothing. Like, what else you got?
Truly, like he's like some enlightened little being that like just like yeah, when he's sick, like it's like barely anything, even if it's like, the worst thing. So so yeah, so he's fine after a day and a half. And what happens to Sam and I a day and a half later? We all have it.
That's the
So
thing about being sick as parents. It's like as soon as you get sick, they're good and they're like, let's go. And you're like,
yeah,
no,
but I still
I
had
need to
to
take
wait.
some time off.
I know, and I still had to wait like the 24 hours because it wasn't like quite 24 hours to send him back to ABA. And I didn't want to be
Yeah.
that parent. So I was like, I'll keep him home one more day. But that was the day that like was Sam and I's worst day where
Yeah.
I never bring out the tablet at home. And your girl did it because it was, we were dead. We were dead. And Jonah's just jumping, chilling, living, laughing, and so yeah, we had to just like give him the tablet in our bed, and like while each of us took turns taking naps, and it was just yeah, and I obviously like took a lot more medicine than I would have loved to have, but it is what it is, like, and it's not like any of them made me feel like a million times amazingly better, like that was the other thing,
No,
so it was
it
like
just like keeps you going.
yeah, barely, yeah. So yeah, it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, it took like a good 5 days for me to finally feel okay, which like,
Yeah.
but Sam got better like a couple days before that. So that's the thing. Like I had the worst of it because yeah, I'm pregnant. My immune system is compromised, but also I couldn't take as much as Sam could. Sam could take an allergy pill. He could take a Advil. He could,
Dayquil, NyQuil, yeah,
yeah,
all
he
of the
could take all
drugs.
that stuff. And yeah, your girl couldn't. So, and now I feel like I'm just very congested, as you can hear. Like I don't sound like 100%
And you
amazing.
already are, your breathing is already compromised when you're pregnant, especially last trimester. So it's just like, let's add that on top of it.
No, the nasal spray, I've never sprayed so much in my life. The addiction is through the roof. No, I'm spraying like 5-6 times a day because again, like I just prioritize breathing, like sue me. Like
You're right.
I think it's pretty essential to life. I don't know. And Michelle Obama's also addicted to I almost said nail spray, nasal spray. So, you know what? If she is, then I can be too. Like,
Queen.
yeah. So, I heard that on a podcast, by the way. I'm not just pulling that out of my ass. So, so yeah, so yeah, so just like battling but the thing is when I cough or sneeze, I asked my brother-in-law the other day. I was like, "Can you crack a rib from like,
I think you can.
I know, because like every time I cough, it's like my left side, like it's so painful, but then it goes right away. Like it's just only in the act of
Yeah.
coughing and sneezing.
You might have, but even there's nothing they can do about it. Like
Nope.
literally nothing.
I just have to just
Live,
the
laugh,
girl
love.
with the cracked rib. You to live, laugh, love through the rest of this pregnancy. Yeah, and the same thing. Like when I called my OB, and they were like, I was like, yeah, I have COVID, and they were like, and like, I'm like,
I
okay.
know. Like you're not dying, so goodbye. I know. It's
Yeah, like
crazy.
they were like,
It's
as
so
long as you're
crazy.
hydrated and the baby's moving, which baby girl was moving just fine. So I
Yeah.
wasn't too concerned. But then like when I went to the OB, I had an appointment on Friday and I was like feeling okay. I wasn't amazing, but I just wore a mask. That's what they told me on the phone. I said, "Do I need to cancel my appointment?" They're like, "Just wear a mask." I'm like, "Okay."
No, I know. The
Fine with me.
regulations, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like the
So
difference.
when I went to my OB, they like put it in my head that like they're like, "Yeah, you like lingering effects of COVID. Sometimes if the baby's not moving as much, like who cares? Just like drop everything and go to the hospital
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
go." So like the next day, of course, I have that in my head and I'm like, she hasn't moved as much. What do I do? And then I went out and got a big fat Coke and like some candy and
Right.
it
I
was
feel like
fine.
they have to say that for like legality,
Right.
liability reasons, because there's always that one case somewhere that happened.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
guess
of course. And I,
oxygenation to the baby gets affected with COVID, apparently. So
right.
So yeah, so then and then that's where I discovered that my taste and smell are gone. Because like a big
Mm,
fat McDonald's Coke like always hits the
always
damn spot.
hits so crispy. Yeah.
Crispy, bubbly, amazing, like always like fixes your whole life. it didn't. And I was like, what? And then like it took me like the rest of the day to be like, oh, I've lost my taste. Got it. Like that's what it is. Or like my taste is fakaked. Like it's not the same.
Yeah.
So that really sucks as a pregnant individual. So that's it really. Like, and yeah, I'm still like hacking up along a little bit, but so I apologize if I have to take a coughing break or a blow my nose break or any of that. Cause that's the thing. Like when I talk too much is when it like really aggravates.
Right.
When we're podcasters. So
Right. Literally, we have to talk.
so it's a little
And
bit
you
hard.
love to talk. You're a yapper.
I know, right? It's funny because I got my nails done yesterday and I was hacking. And she was like, "What's like?" I told her I had COVID like a week ago, but I was like, "Yeah, it's because I haven't talked this much in like a week." So, so that's what happened here at the Berlant household. So, needless to say, like, yeah, obviously, like we just weren't ready to record, because it was just
Sick girl summer.
it is sick girl
been
summer right now. And it was just too much. And thank you all for understanding because yeah, it was a journey for both of us, but we have made it out the other side.
until the next one, which is,
I know, just like
only
God forbid that, I mean, yeah, like I said, I am grateful that this happened before the baby gets here. Hopefully this is like our sickness of the summer and then,
yeah.
we live, laugh, love through the first few weeks of this little girl.
Yep.
Yeah. So those are all of our updates because that's all that's been happening in our lives.
Yeah.
So then shall we go into our advice segment?
Let's do it.
Okay. So just to let listeners know, every month we post an anonymous link on our Instagram page on our stories, and we give you guys the opportunity to ask questions, ask for advice, ask anything really. Like, are you in a quarrel? Are your kids just being crazy and you need some advice, or you just want us to bounce ideas off? Do you want like a baby product recommendation? Do you want
Or just venting, like literally
whatever it may be? So we have that, and I post it. So just look out on our Instagram at Scrunchy Moms Club podcast, and it will be there every month.
Was that last segment where it was like a majority of dads writing in? Like just from the context, it seemed like they were all dads.
We had a couple of dads. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, anything can happen here at Scrunchy Moms Club podcast. So
anything is possible.
so we've got a few going on. So let's start with our first one. All right. Found out I'm pregnant with number 2. Need all the info I can get about this transition. What are we doing about double strollers?
Oh my God. So funny.
Okay. Yeah, like welcome to the club. It's crazy.
Welcome.
And congratulations.
Congrats.
What are we doing about this transition?
I mean, I wish I knew like what the age is because I did 2 under 2. So, and I'm like, I guess it doesn't even matter the age, but I'm like, I think it's a rare, from what I've seen online, I think it's a rare take. Like, what's harder, going from 0 to 1 or 1 to 2? I think the majority of the people will say 0 to 1 is harder, but I have never agreed with that. I have never agreed with that.
All my friends say 1 to 2 is harder.
Okay, so maybe it's just online is not being real because I'm like, I understand why people might think 0 to 1 is harder because in the grand scheme, I guess it's hard because your life has changed the most, like going from 1 to 2, you're doing more of the same. You're just doing it more and you have less time and less help.
I think it's all about perspective.
Yeah. Cause like, and when I do look back on like when I had Geo, like, yes, like my mental health was probably lower. I know my postpartum was a lot worse, but when I look at actual physical difficulty going from 1 to 2, which not to scare you, but I'm just being real, that was way harder just because you literally have another human. Like you have double the human. Like the math's not mathing. Like you have 2 humans.
Your dynamics already, I mean, yeah, you've gotten used to one for so long and then now you're adding another human, and it's going to be kind of like one-to-one correspondence with like mom and
So
dad.
that's why I think I find it the hardest. It's because when you have the one, it's like you and your partner and then the one. So it's like you can tag team a lot of it. Like, hey, you take the baby, I'm gonna go take a nap. Yes, it does matter if you're like nursing, pumping, because like for me, I was doing all that, so I was doing more of the work. But when you have that second or third, fourth, whatever, it's man to man defense at that point. Like you're never not with a child. So because I was pumping, I was with the newborn most of the time, and Taylor was live, laugh, loving, taking the toddler to the park, to this. And so it's a lot of FOMO. It's a lot of like you feel like you and your partner. I feel like you have to have a really solid foundation because you're gonna be apart for a lot of it because, like I said, it's man to man defense. Um,
Yeah.
so it's a lot of like you're separated, but you will come back together eventually. So I find that first year it's really hard. It's a real big adjustment. It's also a big adjustment for the already toddler, however old they are. It's an adjustment for them too. So it's like everybody is adjusting. So it's hard, but I think I'm on the outside of it now where I can say it's 100% worth it.
Yeah.
But it is hard. In my opinion, it is harder than 0 to 1. But like I said, that's like a controversial. A lot of people don't feel that way, but I feel like it was harder. But I've also heard like after 2, like you could have 3, 4, 5. Like the 1 to 2 is like really
That is
hard.
what I've heard too, is that like
Yeah.
once you have number 3, 4, 5, whatever, they're just like, it's just another
You
body.
might as well have 10. Yeah. But like the 1 to 2 is like a really big adjustment. So that
Well,
gives me a
because
little more hope.
I think too, there's like such an attachment to your first one. Like that's your like that's who made you mommy, you
Yes.
know? And like that is
Yes. And
the,
actually, I will say that too, like that, not to get like too deep, but that was hard too because it's like you don't want to compare the loves, but like it's like you knew this one baby for me 19 months, and then when the new baby came, it's like you obviously don't have that. Some people do have that immediate spark, but it's like I found myself comparing the relationships of like, well, I don't know this child. I've known him for 3 days, but
I
like
don't know
I know.
you.
Right. But like I know this child and I'm missing out on a bunch of his life because he's
Yeah.
like still going to places and I'm staying home with the baby. So it's like you really have to get at, and your postpartum hormones will like trick your mind to thinking all those thoughts. But so like that is an adjustment. And so if that happens, that's totally normal. And again, you grow out of it. But that's a big adjustment too. Like
Yeah.
trying to compare like your relationship between the two, and there's just no comparison because like I said, you've known this child for this long, you've known this child for this long, and the love, it's there, and it will, like I said, now I look back on that and I'm like, that was silly. Like obviously I love my children both equally tremendously, but it's just adjustment. Like I
I have
said, and
not
I find it
you're not
harder.
the first person to have said that either though. So like that's why I feel
No,
like
yeah,
I've
I
had
know
a
it's
lot of my
so.
friends prepare me for that, and I appreciate that it's not just like your heart
No,
grows
because
double the size. Like,
you feel so guilty and isolate when you're in it because I'm just like, I shouldn't be feeling like this. Like, why am I feeling like this? But reaching out to other moms who have felt that way, like, definitely have made me feel less alone. But again, I don't feel like that. It's a very temporary feeling.
yeah,
But if
and
you do
I
have
guess
it, it's
I'll
normal.
and if you just got pregnant, I will be going through it in real time here on the podcast. So I
Yeah.
will I don't know, I'm not a girl that typically likes to talk about my feelings and everything that I'm going through.
Yeah. um,
So no, you'll be hearing it here first about what I at least feel during that transition.
but wait, so she did just find out she's pregnant and she has another child. So you could kind of briefly talk about,
Yeah,
like,
found
I
out
know
I'm
you
pregnant
said,
with number 2, need all the info I can
yeah,
get about this
I
transition.
I know you said even the pregnancy, obviously, baby girl hasn't made her appearance yet, but
Right, being
the
pregnant with
being
a
pregnant,
toddler
exactly.
is or just with another child. Whew. Especially like right now I'm just really feeling it in the end right now. Like this I'm
Hmm.
slowing down so much, and I'm not going to lie, like the guilt is over.
The
Actually, that was like my
guilt.
fail is like that. I don't know, these last couple weeks I've been really feeling the guilt. Like it went away a little bit and now it came, and I know it's not going to be linear cuz nothing is in this world. And yeah, the guilt that you feel that you can't do all the things that you like used to do with your child. That is what kind of sucks. But it is like, I know, because right now I feel like Jonah is like all about daddy right now. Like, and it's okay. It's okay. It just like sucks, but it's okay. So, and I just have to remind myself that I'm growing this sibling for them that they're gonna
Right.
love. And you know, it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be amazing for Jonah to have a sibling. He's just such only child energy. So I'm ready for him to like, you know, he's gotta be able to share and to you know, tolerate another human being in the house. So I think it's going to be I think I have more excitement in that regard, but also let me tell you as well as like I haven't really had time to like sit down and be like, "Oh, my life's changing again."
Right.
I have not had that luxury of just like I'm just going with
Sitting in your thoughts.
no, I really haven't and I'm just like going with the flow. I am not uh I'm not festering in thoughts this time
Yeah.
around because I think you don't have time.
Right.
And
And maybe that's in turn why I thought 0 to 1 is easier because you had time to like really for 9 months sit down and prepare and be like, what is a life going to look out to your partner? What are we going to do financially? This, that, the other. When you already have one running rampant in these streets, like you don't have time. You're just like, we'll figure it out. We'll put a bed in a crib somewhere and we'll figure it out.
that is literally my mentality right now. Like I have a bassinet, I have like the basic needs of a infant. We're good because
You're
nursery is
kind of just surviving at
not
that
done and it
point.
won't
Like,
be done, and I'm okay with that.
right.
So it's and yeah, and then if that helps at all with like, you know, hopefully, but I'm excited. Obviously, I'm so excited, and especially having a girl, like a different, you know. But being pregnant with a girl versus a boy, yeah, it's just been so different. I don't know. It's just it's different, but it will be really great. I know that it's going to take some time, like Savannah said, and like I said,
It's
I'll be
not
here
linear.
in
It
real
is not
time for you,
linear.
baby girl, um, to let you know how it's going. So, but you did also ask about double strollers.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is the lighthearted good part. Ugh, I love me a double stroller.
Well, I have the Mino Duo.
Okay,
I got
yeah,
that.
you're a bougie bitch. Like, we don't need.
Well,
Let's.
listen, I got it gifted to me, okay?
Right.
Which was a really nice gift. So I have the Mino Duo, but I it's so funny because on my registry I asked for the Jeep. Um,
The
because
Jeep has a good one. The Zoe double stroller, I've been trying to eye
that
that.
one's also a little bougie.
I know. That's why I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace. I literally, my double stroller. So let's go more general. We don't need to go brands. I thought for like infant. So I had a 19-month-old and an infant, and I wanted what do they call like a double, like an incline, like a front and a back one. And I got a double wide
Yeah.
one. So I felt like they were both needed for different purposes. So again, we thrifted both of them. So they're very cheap. The front and back one, I only use for a few months. So like if you have to just pick one type of double stroller, the double wide one is definitely better. It grows with the child because you can put the infant in the car seat like
You can
adapter
do
part.
car seat or you can buy an infant insert because I have like, and also, well, the Mino Duo has this, but it has like an infant, like, um, there's a part of it
Almost like a mhm.
that comes out and it like guards the legs and from them like
It's
sliding
almost
up
like a
and down.
bassinet. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's kind of cool. But again, like I said, like not not everyone has the Mino Duo, but
Yeah, I would just say do a lot of research, but I like mine is literally like a baby trend one, like a jogging. I do like the jogging style that's like 3 or 4 wheels.
well, because I
Um,
also was gonna do like a not the horizontal, a vertical. I guess you call it a
yeah,
vertical.
front and back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I have that as well because yeah, the first like 6 7 months when they're not holding their head up, like, or if I'm alone with the infant, I'm not gonna like take the
Yes.
stroller, you know. So I do have like my single to double stroller in that regard. But like Savannah said, I know that I'm only gonna use it for like 6 months, but it's
Yeah.
okay. Like
Right. So I would say like thrift that one, look for like an eat. But that one is nice when he's like they're super itty bitty and you can just put the car seat like right in front of you and then the toddler's in the front.
Yeah.
But the toddler does not have a lot of space in that one. So it's like for like a theme park or like an all day affair, like the double wide is
Right.
where it's at. I don't think you have to pay a lot of money for a double wide one. Just anyone that's like has the recline.
No,
For me,
I swear the Jeep Destination is what I wanted. It's not even $300.
right,
And
right.
I've heard like such amazing things about
And I
it.
feel like everybody just has different standards of what they want. Like for me, I'm all about the storage. I want a huge basket and I want cup holders. But like some people don't care about that. Like that's why the Dunas always like freak me out because I'm like, there's no storage and no cup holders. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing with all your shit?
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, just if you want to like DM us, we'll give you like our personal like links of all the double strollers we love. But I would say a double wide one for sure. And I even still kept like the travel system from Geo for Julian, like the single.
Yeah.
Like literally my garage is just an inventory of different strollers. But I think having a single one, like for little destinations where I'm like Geo can walk. And if not, we'll like
Yeah.
switch. Sometimes you don't need a double. Sometimes you just need a single. So if I like was rich and I would literally have a garage of strollers. Like I love
Yeah,
strollers.
strollers are really cool.
Yeah,
We love
I love
strollers around
strollers.
here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. We are planning we are trying to plan a vacation. My husband wants to take the trip without our daughter. She's 19 months old. He
Okay.
feels that like he wants to do a trip just us two. I understand him, and it has been hard taking vacations with her, but I feel bad leaving her and want her to come along. Thoughts?
That's like you. This is
It's
like you
literally
and
me.
me's different perspective because like I'm the dad. I'm the dad.
Well, it's actually so funny you say. Well, yeah, girl, I feel you first of all because I'm literally the same. Or like both Sam and I are the same. Like when we're planning a trip and we're just like, let's just bring Jonah. Like it's just so Um, so I get you there, right? But I do. So your daughter's 19 months. Have you guys taken a trip? Just the two of
It,
you?
it sounds like the answer's no from
Okay, so if
that
the answer is
context.
no, then I'm so sorry. I hate siding with a man, but we might have to take a trip, just you two,
No, it's so important for
because
your
I haven't
marriage.
done it
It's
in
so
almost
important.
4 years, and that's why I was saying it's funny we meant this was mentioned because I am finally like I'm planning a trip, just the two of us, like for our 5 year wedding
Good.
anniversary is in January, and we're just gonna go to an all inclusive, just us. I know, and but here Sam goes. He's like, why don't we? And I'm like, nope. This time, let's just do us two. Let's have a sexy vacation.
Right.
The baby will be 6 months old. Jonah will be just fine. He'll have just turned 4. Like we need to do it. Like we need it. So I would say, Mama, who just wrote in that, like I totally feel you, but it is so necessary. And
It's
I'm
so
I'm
necessary.
regretful that I haven't done it yet and it's been almost 4 years. So I don't want you to get to my place where you're like, "Oh goddamn, like I hate my husband. Like I haven't looked at him
Right.
in
No,
4 years."
it's so important for your marriage and also it's important for the kids too to like they also need to realize they will be okay without you, because it's like
And
a
like they
double
are. They like that's the
relationship.
secret is they freaking they're better. They're better without
They're
you.
thriving. They'll thrive. Yeah, you'll be crying in your hotel room like once or twice. Like that's totally normal. And they will be live, laugh, loving, won't even want to FaceTime you. Like they'll be totally fine.
Yeah, so just like having, and especially if you want more, like it is like it's important to, get that time just you two. So, as much as I agree with you, I get what your husband is saying as well. So, it's yeah, so I said it to Sam. I was like, "We're doing it. That's it." Like I had to be the one cuz actually no, we're both like that, but I would say out of the two of us, like Sam is more like, "Let's just bring Jonah." And then I'm just like, "Okay."
Right. And I feel like the planning, the packing, the getting there is going to be where you're the saddest. But once you're there, in my opinion,
You're
it's
going to be
like,
like, "Me?
wow,
I
I
have
can eat in
kids?"
peace. I can sleep in. Like you're not going to want to come back in a way.
Right.
Like,
Right.
no, 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 you totally will.
And
But you know
also
what I
like
mean.
I particularly wanted a trip where there's no planning, there's no Like, I mean, Sam and
We
I
love
love
an
it.
all
Yeah,
inclusive. We
Sam and
love
I
an all
love an
inclusive.
all-inclusive. So, and the
Because there's no thinking. Like as parents, you have to think for everybody. You have to keep two humans alive. So you just want to get there and not have to think,
the
not
only
have
thing
to.
I have to think about is, do I want a skinny margarita or do I want a caipirinha?
Right. Do you
You
want
know
to
what
lay
I
by
mean?
the pool overlooking the beach or go on the beach? Like those are the decisions I want to be making.
For at least a few hours of my life.
Right.
Yeah, because I think we're gonna do like Thursday to Sunday, because our anniversary is on a Saturday, so it's really just, and it's five. I feel like you should celebrate 5 year anniversary, right? Like I feel like it's a
You totally
milestone. Yeah,
should. Yeah.
yeah. I'm making it a
Totally.
milestone, if anything.
Yeah.
And again, that we literally still haven't done anything, just us two. So, and I don't count like weddings. I don't count like, because we did
No,
go to
because
a wedding,
those.
but I literally didn't even see my husband the whole weekend.
Right. No,
He
that
was in it
doesn't
and I
count.
wasn't. So anyway, yeah. So go on the trip, girl. You deserve it. You deserve it. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. Oh wait, I got a text message. 1 second. Oh, perfect. Okay. Um,
How many more do we have? Like
we have one
two?
more.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay. I'm starting to see signs of developmental delays in my nephew. I'm no doctor, but do I, or how do I even approach this?
Ooh. All right. Well, this is interesting because one,
I have a
you
special
have a
needs
child.
child.
Yes. Also, our profession, we've worked with developmentally delayed children for many, many years. So, but that's tough. But it's not her child, right? You said it's
It's her
nephew.
nephew.
All right. So you go first. How would you?
Hmm.
Did they say the age?
No,
Oh, okay.
that's
It's
tough.
tricky when it's not your child. It's really
Because if
tricky.
someone came,
Yeah, that's what I mean. I honestly want to say like not your place at all, but I understand the concern.
right?
This would be a whole different conversation if this was like her child.
Yeah. Well, I get. I mean, if I saw, I'm trying to think like how I would be with my sister. When my
Right.
sister would be like, "This is how I feel." Like she would just
Your,
tell me.
your sister would kill you. No, I'm just kidding.
She's so opinionated. But me, on
But
the
you
other
would do the
hand,
same thing if it was your sister doing that to you. You'd be like, respectfully, fuck off.
it depends on like the relationship with your sibling, I guess. Also. If you have that banter, then maybe. But no, like there are times where I don't want to tell my sister, like it's her family's her family, my family's my family. Like we like as much as our children are our children, like her
Yeah, I
children are
feel
mine
like
and
you
mine are her.
have.
Like we still have like our boundaries in that regard.
Right.
So
And I even feel like that with you and like Griselli, some Ruby and all. Like you guys are like my sisters, so like I feel like as much as I know you, it's coming from a place of love. Like you love your nephew. Like I love all of my little nephews and nieces. However, I think when I look at big picture, and we might have opposite opinions, I feel like it is not your place to say anything. I feel like they.
well, how did you feel when I came to you guys like, hey, I think something's going on with Jonah? Like,
Well, yeah. So I guess that's what I'm saying. You kind of have to wait for her to come to you. So I do remember because, well, we went on that trip to St. Augustine. That was like right before he got his evaluation. But even before that,
but
because, you know, his
I'd
speech
been
was always
saying it forever.
delayed. Well, his speech was always delayed, but then you were always like, I really don't think it's autism. I think it was all the heart stuff. Like there were many variables to Jonah.
I know it's different.
And you would come to us and ask, and we would be honest,
Yeah, you
and
would be.
um,
But I'm a
but
different human being. I'm like, ugh. Also, I'm so aware because of the profession that I'm
our
in.
profession,
So it's
yeah,
like
exactly.
I think I might not be the I don't know.
So again, yeah, I think
Because
if
I was
someone came to
aware.
me,
I've always been aware. I was always aware something was different about him. And then
yeah,
obviously all the health stuff took precedent. And then once we were on a good track health wise, then I got him evaluated. And then here we are.
right. So like, I think it'd be different if someone came to you, sister or not, like friend or not, like who has no sort of history of having a child, like you had said, that person at the park came up to Sam and was like, "Oh, is your child autistic?" Like, I know they probably
I
meant
would
it
have
from a good
killed
place,
somebody.
but it comes off really rude, so I'm going to say you don't say anything. Like, you can, if they come to you, you can give your honest opinion, but at the end of the day, it's not your child. I don't know. It's really tricky waters. That's really tricky. What do you think?
I mean, maybe you can word it in a way of like, how do you think he's doing, or what have you thought? No, because I was gonna say, like,
Right.
have you thought about getting him evaluated? Like, no, that's not something.
No,
Not
I
every
think that
mom
that's
would be receptive to that
I really
feedback.
think that's for the parents and the doctor. Like, I really don't think, even if the child was so obviously, like, to you, obviously, so I really don't think it's anyone's place. I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking if someone came to me, even if it was from a loving place, I would really take it to heart, because you also don't know what that parent, even though you know your sister, you don't know what she might be thinking about this too. And I don't know. I don't know.
And then might get defensive, and then it turns into a thing.
Yeah, it might honestly alter your relationship. So I would say wait for her to come to you if she does. And if she doesn't, don't take offense to it. Like, as much as you love your nephew, she loves her son too. So
Yeah,
she's going to do whatever she needs to do. And obviously, if the child is going to regular doctor appointments, like, if it got to a point, it would get noticed and something would happen.
I know,
But
but sometimes people be in
I
denial,
know.
like, so
No, I know. And we've even had clients, like parents like that too, where like they obviously need services, but they're not ready. And again, that's not our place to decide.
I
Like,
know.
and as much as we disagree with it, it's just like the anti-vaxxers. Like, as much as we disagree with that, like, it's not our place. It's not our children, unfortunately. All we can do is love them and be there
'Cause
for
I
them
can't
and the
say that I've
parents.
had it. I mean, people have had it with me, but but I've also been like aware of it, so I wasn't like offended. But when it's the other way around, because like I mean, remember that stupid dentist that I went to, and she was like, "Oh, your
Yeah.
son has autism," and like it was like I think we had just come home from, I don't know, something was like, I was just
No,
so sensitive, and
and
I
you were
literally like
very
cried and
offended.
like
Yeah.
screamed at her, like like I know, thanks. Like I
And I
was like,
think if I'm remembering correctly, you've also had family members, like when you went on this autism journey, like first diagnosis, didn't you have family and friends come to you and be like, "I think he's fine. Like, he's just, yeah,
yeah,
that's also not your place. Like, whatever I decide to do as a parent, whether I do something or not, like, that's why I really think for the betterment of your relationship with your sister or brother, whoever it was, I don't think it's your place. I stand firm on that. I think. Like, all
yeah.
you can do is love them, be there for them. If they come to you and ask for your opinion, then you can lightly tread lightly and say what
Be
you
like, "Oh,
think.
what are you seeing?" Like, "Oh, like that sounds like something
Like,
maybe."
I have noticed this, but yeah, I
But
would
don't like go
not.
like all like ham on them, because it's a
No.
very sensitive topic, and I can't. Ooh.
And unfortunately, it's
You got
not
to
one for
catch
you
me
to
on a good
make.
day too, because some days I be like, don't talk to me about my nonverbal son right now, or like some days I can not joke, but I can like accept it, and so I think because being a special needs parent, you go through every day is a roller coaster, and you some days may be good, some days maybe shit.
Right. And at the end of the day, you have to be their voice. Like, you have to advocate for them. You have to
Yeah.
defend them. So it's just, yeah, I would say don't say anything until they
Yeah,
ask.
I guess I'm leaning more towards that. I don't know. It also, again, it depends on the rapport with your sister or brother, and yeah. So I don't know if we really helped you, but hopefully we gave you just some ideas of what to do depending on like I said, your relationship with them. But yeah, no, I feel
I
that,
don't know.
and
No, I'm a firm believer of anything, like disability, autism, delay aside, like whether you want to put shoes on your child or not, like, hey, it's none of your business unless the parent is doing something like
Like
physically to like
physically harmful.
harmful to the child. Like it is just not your place unless your friend family member comes to you and asks like, what's your opinion on this? I don't think it's your place. That's what I think.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Those were some good ones. Okay, where are we? Speaking of that, like have we found out more about what happened with the guy who saved his daughter from the Disney cruise? Like I think we found
Oh,
have you
so well,
have all of you heard
let's
well
just
Scrunchy
let's
Moms Club
just
podcast, have
back
you heard
up.
about this?
So on a Disney cruise, I think it was the Disney Dream or Disney Wish, doesn't matter. But a little girl, she's 4 or 5 years old, fell off of a cruise ship, which you should just know. Like if a person goes overboard, it's like very likely you will never see them again. But the dad
My God.
responded so fast, he jumped in after her, and they were both and also the Disney Cruise Line was so fast to act that they were able to save them, rescue them, which is again very like it is so not likely. Like that is such a like and also to the dad's like credit, yes, there's a lot of like chatter online about that's the thing when these horrible incidents happen, whether it be drowning, falling, like again, it kind of gets back to this last question. It's just like accidents happen, like they do. And as much as they could be avoided or not, like I try so hard not to judge these parents because it could happen to anybody. But yes, there was a lot of chatter going online like that he, you know, because those Disney cruise bloggers are getting on their Facebook like, I heard he put the child on the railing for a picture, whatever. Apparently the police department have said that that is not true.
Because didn't you tell me, you or Ruby, somebody told me that there's cameras on each balcony.
Yeah, so they know what happened, but it's also none of our business too because it's like this family just went through a trauma.
I cannot
But the
imagine.
yeah, it sounds like the police department, they're not going to give us details, but they did shut down that rumor that he did not do that. So whether she climbed up by herself, you know, still there's the judgment of people like, well, why weren't you watching your child do that? But again, it's just at the end of the day, accidents happen. At the end of the day, we don't know what happened. We don't know the full story. At the end of the day, it is a miracle that he was so quick to jump in and
Miracle.
successfully get to her because you have to think the cruise ship is going this fast the opposite way. He was the fact that she didn't sink right away, like all of it is insane. And from being a lifeguard and a swim instructor for my first half of my life, I don't think anyone realizes how hard it is to tread water. One, to tread water, period. Two, to tread water in the open ocean with the current and all of that. Three, to tread water for 20 minutes holding somebody afloat. Like it is almost impossible. That dad was running on pure adrenaline and love and just
You know,
like
Sam
it
was
makes me
telling me that
emotional.
if that ever happens, well, you're not supposed to tread. You're supposed to like put the child like on your
Float. You're trying to
and
float,
float.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
And kind of like don't go against the current. You kind of have to
just float.
yeah,
Oh my
save your
God.
energy.
So
No, it's
insane.
crazy.
This girl is going to need
Anyway,
a lot of therapy.
at the end of the day, I'm not going to shit on that family because they're already being shit on. And like I said, I'm a firm believer as accidents happen and you don't, they're already, whatever mean thoughts you're thinking about that family, they're already thinking that 20 times over and receiving that. So like, I'm
Yeah.
just so happy that it was a good ending and that,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and that everybody came out unscathed pretty much. I mean, mentally, not so much, I'm sure. Like I said, that dad, regardless of whether it was his fault or not, you don't think he's having nightmares on the daily
Oh my
about it and
God.
just, and the mother, like,
Woo.
so just, I don't know. You don't need to put your energy into hating that family because they're
Right.
going through it. And it's just a miracle that they were okay. Yeah, I remember seeing that and I was just like, "Oh my gosh." Like just the fact that they are both okay.
Like that's all that matters, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh. Do you have wins and fails?
Well, I was just going to say that, you know, my fail is getting the HFM. The big old HFM, and my win is that we survived it.
Right. I did I write anything down? I might have.
If I want to give like a really fail, it's just like I said, we've been off of routine for so long this whole month because
Yeah.
another club sickness.
Yeah.
The kids' behaviors have just been So I have been mentally. So I guess my fail is just the kids have
Just
just
getting back
been.
on routine has been.
Yeah, and I've just been so drained. Like I had like a little mommy breakdown the other day that's just like, I don't know if I can do this whole stay-at-home mom thing. Like I was just so burnt out, and I know it's
Yeah.
just temporary because of all of this off routine stuff, but I really was like, I was googling like and trying to listen to other stay-at-home moms, like I don't know whether I should go back to work or maybe like get a gym membership to somewhere with like a daycare or send them. So like I literally had like a breakdown. I was like, something needs to change because like I cannot keep doing this. But again, then the next day it was fine. So I really do think it's just the situation I'm in currently with the kids,
Yeah.
getting them back. It was unfortunate that this had to happen like right after all of the traveling and all of the stress of that. So just sort of figuring out my life and just surviving it, really.
No, that's
So yeah.
yeah, I get it. But hopefully
Yeah.
the being back on routine will help you.
I really think that's what it is. I mean, I don't think it's talked about enough, like, and even when I was looking at like why am I feeling this way, a lot of it was like you need to leave the house. Even if you leave the
Right.
house with kids or without kids, like I think that is really what was a detriment to my mental health this last week is we could not leave the house.
No, there's something
And
about like, yeah, just get out of those
and
four
then
walls.
yeah, but then when you get in that way, when you get your mental health is bad or when the kids are acting out, you don't want to leave the house. So it's like you're self-sabotaging because it's
Right.
like the more you feel this way and the kids feel this way, you want to stay home, but then that makes it even worse on everybody. So I really do think now that we're on the other side of this illness, we can start leaving the house more. I'm going to feel better, but it's been rough to say the least. The
Yeah.
whole week has been a fail, but the win has been I'm still alive.
She's alive.
Everybody's
She's
still alive.
alive. She's alive. Yeah, I was gonna say my fail continues to be like I'm either at your throat or I'm crying.
Right, the hormones,
There's
the
seriously like no in
rage.
between. Like I
You're
I
either
mean,
throwing spoons or you're throwing hugs.
no, or I'm crying. Like I'm just like
You're
crying.
crying.
I've cried so much, like especially while I was sick. I was like just being a baby, but like
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
cried a lot
know.
too.
Yeah, so that's basically, and then like obviously everything else, but my win was gonna be that like Jonah is just like he's just he's saying I'm hearing more words lately, and like but the thing is with Jonah is like you can't praise him. You can't say like, "Oh my god, say it again," or do like it has to be seriously on his terms. And if you try anything, even take out your phone you cannot do anything.
You have to act like it's not
You have to
happening.
act
Yeah.
like it's not happening or just like move on. So like for instance, we were like laying on the only thing I can really do is like snuggle him these days. So we were snuggling on the couch yesterday and I was like, "Oh, Jonah, like I love you." And he just goes, "Mama." And like it was just like and I just had to like soak in the moment rather than like, react or just
I
like or
know.
like I
It's like
Sam,
one tiny tear just
I,
your
and Sam said something like, "Oh, good job, Jonah." And he said, "Good job." And like Sam was and I'm like Sam's the one that needs to chill.
right.
Um because and of course he gets rightfully so he gets excited, but he's not understanding like
Stop praising my child, god damn it. What are you, monster?
yeah, so it's like little thing like he will just imitate you like randomly and you just have to like keep going and like act like it didn't happen. So you just have to be like
These
cool, calm.
children, man.
I know. So yeah, so that was my win. Is just like I've just been hearing so much more of like that imitation and it's really cute. Okay. Well, dare I say?
Dare you say.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for listening to the Scrunchy Moms Club podcast. If you don't already follow us, please follow us at Scrunchy Moms Club podcast on TikTok, on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Scrunchy Moms Club podcast, the pink one. Give us a like, give us a comment, give us a DM, whatever it is, whatever it may be. And and like I said, look out for our next it'll be next month probably. Yeah, we got to talk about maternity leave and all that, but we'll get there.
We're literally just minute by
We
minute.
are minute by minute here, but we'll update the listeners what we're gonna do when I
And
give
if we
birth.
take a break, we take a break.
We might take like
It's
a week or
fine.
2 break and then like come back.
A week or 2. Wow, you're really optimistic.
We'll see. I do not know truly,
Right.
but yeah, that's what I'm
Nobody
saying. Like
knows.
it will be kind of minute by minute. Anyway, yeah, we'll talk about that offline. But yes, likes, comments, follow us, Bus Club, another club. We love you guys.
We're back, baby. We're back.
We're back for now, and we're alive. And that's all that really matters.
Today, we're back.
And I hope you all
Tomorrow,
stay alive. That's the
right.
goal. So, all right. We love you guys so much, and we hope you have a great week. Bye.
Bye.